What's up, fight fans? And I'm back at it with another one. And here at Round One Sports Talk, we're going to be going over what it means to be a fighter and how we can use it in our everyday life. So, without further ado, let's get into this video. You're not going to want to miss this one. So, to answer some of your questions, that belt right there is a replica of Conor McGregor's UFC run. When he went on the historical run, that's a Conor McGregor replica belt. As far as the gentleman in the picture here, that's a picture of my dad. My dad was a fighter. Hence, I'm a fighter too. Okay, so I know that this is a sports channel, a boxing channel, and sometimes I like to talk about other things and ways that we can use it in our everyday life. So I'm going to use boxing. As a boxer, you train inside of a gym and you start to develop skills that can better you in the future, right? And you start to try to take away some of the bad habits that you may have created in the beginning of your career, right? And you work on that. Sometimes fighters can develop bad habits while they're training. They start to snap at the bag, but they start to keep dropping their left. That's a bad habit that some fighters have, right? So you have to work on these flaws. So when you're in the ring and you're fighting, a fighter has to have their shit together because let's think about this. They're inside of the ring and they're trained to inflict violence, right? And to cause damage on their opponent. But it has to be a focus violence and it has to be well managed. You have to have your shit together while you're in the fight to recognize things and to make adjustments in the fight. Now, in life, it's similar, right? Sometimes in my life, I have to know when I'm creating bad habits. Earlier in my life, I created a lot of bad habits and I continue to do the same old, and expect different results, right? So when I started to get older, I started to recognize some of these things. And in life, you have to have a corner it's good to have a corner in your life, like in fighting. In fighting, there's going to be a time where everything is going wrong. Nothing is working. Okay? This guy's getting stronger, you're getting weaker. You don't got them figured out. But you go back to your corner and you have your corner there to tell you, look, kid, you got to make some adjustments. You got to switch it up. You can't stand in front of them. This is not working, right? And these are the people that you're counting on, okay? They're seeing things with a different set of eyes. And in life, you have your life corner, which is your family, your loved ones, the people that want to see you succeed. Sometimes they're going to say things to you that can hurt. But in those moments, you got to recognize they're telling you the truth. And instead of lashing out, say thank you. And start to recognize you need to work on some things. Are you making those kind of adjustments? Or are you creating bad habits? And are you doubling down on your own bad habits? Okay? You know, a fighter has to recognize things when things are going bad, when things are going good. And to also, after the fight, to be humble. To also, not just in victory, celebrate, but keep a cool head. And in life, when things are not going your way, right? For me, for example, I blamed my environment for much of my upbringing. I blame my environment, the people outside of my house, and my situation, a direct result on the way I came out. You see? And I said, if I wasn't raised in this neighborhood, or if I wasn't raised in this household, I would have turned out different. Until the day I had a conversation with my older sister, and she stopped me in my tracks. And she told me, she said, listen, you're just making excuses. She said, me and you, we were raised in the same house. We had the same mother and father, same environment, same people outside of our house. She said, when you left the house, you chose to go hang around with the homies. I went to the library. You chose to drop out of school. I chose to stay in school. I went to college and she became successful. Same house, same environment, same people. Two different outcomes. So I knew at that point I had to be accountable for my decisions. I was at that point in the fight where I was like, what next? How do I reinvent myself? How do I turn this around? I have accumulated a lot of useless knowledge. Like, this is my neighborhood, this is my block, this is my people, a lot of stuff I learned from, but I can't use that in a job application. You see? So, how do I turn this around for myself this late in the fight? Because I had to understand that every time I walk out of my house, my opponent is life's lessons and what life has to offer today. So I had to identify this. I was up against life every single day. How was I going to show up? Am I in shape? Am I ready for life today? What am I going to do? Am I going to keep sitting down and daydreaming about what could be? Or am I actually going to get up, look what I have to look up, find a direction, you see, and go after it? If you was to ask an amateur boxer early in their career, and you was to ask them the question, where do you see yourself and what is your goal and your dream in the sport of boxing? He's probably going to look at you and say, my goal is to become champion of the world. As you can see, that boxer has a direction. He's focused and he has a goal in mind. He knows where he wants to be. You see? And that's how I look life now, right? What is my goal? What direction am I going into? Do I know what direction I'm going into? Am I at a point in my life where I absolutely do not know what to do? At that moment, you have to be calm in the storm. And you have to figure out and just pick one thing. After you pick that one thing, go after it. See how you feel once you achieve that. And when you're at that position in your life where you say to yourself, what next? See how many more times you can do that and perfect it to get where you want to be. You got to have your shit together, just like being a fighter. So, look, I enjoy making these kind of videos. And I wonder if you do. And I believe I'm a warrior in life, right? And if you watch my channel and you like these kind of videos, give me a W in the comment section to let me know you like these kind of videos. That's the warrior symbol. We're going to use that right there. Like the video to let me know that you like these kind of videos. And every now and then I'll make this kind of video and also videos talking on boxing. But I feel like we can talk about other things that can help each other. And I'm also a student of life and I'm always learning. So if you leave any comment, I'm going to read it and we can talk about it. Okay? If you have anything you want to talk about. Look, that's all I have for you today. Please like, subscribe, share the videos. And today I just went with the straight up thing until I fix the mic situation out. I have to figure that out. But I'm working on it. So thank you, fam, for everything. Thank you for all your love, your comments, your support. You're really making me think that you guys like what I have to say. And I want to continue doing this. So Like I said, like the videos and let me know. On to the next one. Peace.